Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. Happy 4th of July out there. Hope you guys are all enjoying your family and loved ones. I want to put this quick video out. I got a couple solid clips that I'm going to cover in here. We've got a little bit of technical analysis from a couple different people that I follow in the community, and another solid clip of talking about Ripple, CBDCs, cross-border payments, and stuff like that. So quickly looking at CoinGecko, we're currently sitting at a $1.24 trillion market cap. Bitcoin sitting at 30,745. Ethereum sitting at 1940. XRP is sitting just under 49 cents again. Coming over here, Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, sitting at a 64. So coming over here, I want to start with this clip right here. Shout out Crypto Crew U. I really enjoy watching this guy's content. He does a great job of kind of just relying on the charts, and just this little like 45-second to a minute segment. I think it's pretty. I guess it explains kind of where we're headed within the market. So let's take a quick listen into this.
Rises in market bottoms, the market was already in. Okay, so it's now undeniable what we're seeing here in Bitcoin. There's no argument left for the bears, unfortunately, right? We're holding this level, albeit one candle. What I would like to see is a few more candles print above this level, showing strength, right? You can see this long wick showing some strength at this level. We could have this candle break through, right? We want to see multiple more candles. We want to see Bitcoin showing strength, which we should. We had a stochastic RSI cross on the weekly. We're still ahead in the ADXDI, green line on top. Our RSI is still showing strength. Bitcoin is in fantastic position. We're in phase one of the bull. I said it was undeniable back in March. Now it's like literally undeniable that Bitcoin is in phase one of the bull. So what does this candle mean? Well, Bitcoin has reclaimed this level after multiple years, right? First time that we have reclaimed this level. You can say, well, how about this candle? This candle was coming from a strong downtrend. The market had already topped. We had our first top. Double top is a reversal pattern. We were showing weakness into this level. So we cannot compare these candles at all. It's a completely different scenario. This is in the midst of a substantial downtrend. We're in the midst of a substantial uptrend. Huge difference. When's the last time we were in the midst of a substantial uptrend heading into this zone? 2020, 3 years ago. That's why we named this video the way it is. So this candle is significant. We want to see another candle print on top of here. This is a very strong case. Now I want to get into a couple other things.
So, hey, shout out Crypto Crew, you and Steve over there. I see him doing big things. I was following this guy when he had way less subscribers than this, but to see him hit 300,000, that's huge, man. So obviously you're seeing that he's saying in his technical analysis and his view and understanding of the charts, he's saying that, you know, it's really undeniable. Like, we're really, once we secure, as he says, as we print another green candle, all it does is add more strength to us, you know, starting, he's saying, you know, 2023 being the start of the actual bull cycle. So just a waiting game to kind of see how it rolls out, but I kind of value what he has to put out there in regards of his content. Coming to another one, this is BC Backer, and Crypto Arsenal had put this out, and BC Backer's kind of having a conversation when he had made this video. This is just a 45-second clip of it, but he was talking about how, like, news, narratives, and things start to come out whenever certain pivotal moments, if you will, within the charts for digital asset, in reference XRP, like these pivotal things happen and pivotal moments on the chart. So he says, it says, quote, XRP seems to get stopped out anytime its market cap reaches the same as ETH. Probably just a coincidence, right? And that's BC Backer with a question mark. Let's listen into this.
I've shown this many times before, that there seems to be a threshold for where XRP is kind of forced to stop out with its market cap, and it has to do with Ethereum. And we can compare Ethereum's market cap to XRP's, and what we will actually see in here is that the threshold for where it really gets stopped is whenever it kind of reaches out there to Ethereum. At least that's what we saw in 2017, 2 separate times. Bypassed it slightly, lost it, bypassed it slightly, lost it, bypassed it, lost it, bypassed it, lost it. Could not get above Ethereum. However, crossed over it approximately 5-6 times over the course of 2 years.
So that goes into what we talk a lot about on this channel. Obviously, we're big on this hashtag ETHGate, right? We've been covering it for over a year now, just making content on this channel. And it's really not a coincidence. That's the thing. We know based on all the information, the timeline that, the community has brought together, all the stuff that's been surfacing as of late, the him and emails and all the connections between Prometheum and government officials and the powers that be, the governments or the banks, the incumbents, everyone that's involved in this whole suppression of Ripple XRP and the crypto market in general. We see it. We've already connected the dots and we're continuing to connect more dots. So it makes sense. Why would they want, their precious ETH when they may be a part of that whole group of disguised whales? Why would they want their investment to be hindered or tarnished? They want to continue to make their money and control the market, right? They tried to create a monopoly. So they're going to do everything in their power to do that. So why would they want XRP to be the number two? So now, looking at, let me see if I can get it on here. When he slides over here, let me see if I get it right here. Okay, yeah. So as we're moving on, obviously we're getting further and further away. But as time goes on, especially once the lawsuit ends and it's in favor of Ripple and they're able to do their thing, XRP is declared not a security. Things can change. We might be able to cross that threshold and actually become dominant over ETH. It's just a waiting game to kind of see what happens. But I thought this was another informative and important clip to put on here, and I thought it was super intriguing, so I wanted to include it. There's a couple things I want to cover in regards of Bill Morgan talking about Paul Graywall on Coinbase and them not relisting XRP. It says, I've re-asked and re-asked why Coinbase continues to halt on XRP trading on its exchange while not pausing the trading of other coins in your own staking service that SEC calls a security, and why you don't explain the inconsistency. The only conclusion, another motive. So he's kind of jabbing at what Paul Graywall was saying right here in regards of the questions doctrines hold in Nebraska. Swap out secretary for chair, digital asset for student loans. And there is no conclusion but one: the SEC's interpretation of the investment contract violates the law. So he's pretty much reusing some of his words in here and then kind of throwing up, our big concern and question, like, where's this at? You talk about your vetting process or onboarding of digital assets onto your platforms is very extensive and, can weed out, in a sense, the bad projects, the ones that may be declared a security or not, fall in the law, right? So you do all those things. You have XRP on your platform. Jay Clayton and the SEC dropped a lawsuit on XRP. You quickly delist, you go IPO, which, okay, I get that part of it, but like, why not relist now? Clearly, Chairman Gibson and SEC are going after everybody. They're going after Binance. They're going after Coinbase. They've been after a lot of projects. Obviously, they're going after Ripple. Like, why not stand strong as one with the community and put it to the SEC and relist? You already IPO'd. You already got the green light there, right? They still came after you, even after all that. They didn't even throw out their Lend product, and they still got the Wells notice, and then they dropped the lawsuit on Coinbase. So why aren't you relisting and allowing, the secondary market sales of XRP? It's like what he says here, it's inconsistent, which is kind of strange. But hey, we've been talking about it on this channel, and I'm just kind of speculating based on the information that's out there for myself, in my own opinion. Maybe they're part of that whole, Ethereum, let's control the narrative. I mean, who knows? Maybe they have their role in it. That's just kind of my opinion, if you will. So we'll just kind of push on here. And I thought this was solid. This is from Cypress CD. I'm going to just say CD. It says, different time frames, same vocabulary all across the board. Those in control of the monetary system have a tendency to tell you what they plan to do well in advance. If you can't see it, then take off your blindfold because it's right in front of you when he has the mind blown with the eyes, right? All right, let's listen into this.
Pay attention to detail. Got some gems for you all. World Economic Forum, Central Bank Digital Currency, Global Interoperability Principle Report, White Paper, June 2023. Absolutely interesting. Scroll down here to page 31 and it says bridging mechanisms to achieve interoperability with cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. With cryptocurrencies, a CBDC should incorporate bridging mechanisms that enable the transfer of value between different blockchain networks. These bridging mechanisms could use technologies like atomic swaps, interoperability protocols, or interoperability focused blockchains to facilitate the exchange of assets between CBDCs and other digital currencies. Well, do y'all remember the report that Ripple put out about the future of CBDCs? And if you scroll down here to page 11, it goes on to say, to enable a truly efficient global market, a bridge currency must be specifically optimized for payments and support the same speed, scalability, low cost, and security that CBDCs will provide. One example of a neutral bridge is the digital asset XRP, which can be used to bridge two different currencies quickly and efficiently. By underpinning an effective alternative liquidity market, a neutral bridge currency is the final piece of the interoperability puzzle that will drive the success of CBDCs as a global tool for exchanging value. One more PDF for you guys. Check this out. World Economic Forum, all the way back in 2020, crypto, what is it good for? Down here, mentioned twice on the document, bridge. Well, scroll down here. And it says, nearly a fifth of transactions over RippleNet today are through on-demand liquidity using XRP as a bridge, right? So back in 2020, they told you all that XRP is a bridge mechanism. And now in 2023, they're telling you all on their documents that CBDCs are going to utilize bridging mechanisms. Well, I want to take your attention over here to the Davos, central bank Davos, right? Meeting 2023. Listen to what this individual from the Digital Dollar Project goes on to say.
Competition is really healthy. And I think as we start to see central banks understanding, one, if they should even issue a CBDC, right? So we hope they're also outcome driven. And if they decide to, what are the design choices they're making so that those CBDCs are interoperable with stablecoins, with cryptocurrencies, with the multitude of wallets that Dave already
interoperable with cryptocurrencies. Crypto's not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention to detail. They are literally telling you about the future.
Yeah, and that's a lot what we talk about on this channel as well. And in the communities, like with the writings on the wall, we're not fools. You know, we've opened our eyes clearly. And a lot of us in the community have, you know, making content, spreading, you know, retweeting, liking, spreading the word on these social media platforms, you know, researching and uncovering, you know, wrongdoings in the community, standing up for, you know, our rights within this space, and trying to really fight for the welfare and health of this space so it's prosperous. You know, we've opened our eyes. We see the writing on the wall. We see where this future is heading. Now, do we know the exact details? No. Do we know when things are going to roll out in our favor or how we see things? No, we don't. So all we can do is just do the best we can, and that's kind of our role. I want to cover these last two tweets before we get out of here. It says, this one's from John Deaton, JD. It says, as bad as Gary Gensler, matter of fact, let me see. It's from, obviously he's responding to Mark Cuban here, talking about FTX crash and knowing FTX Japan lost money, yada, 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 right? So JD says, as bad as Gary Gensler is, he's a bad faith regulator, hard stop. And as much blame he deserves most of it. He is not the only one deserving of criticism. The SEC as an agency has lost its way. Mark is correct. Crypto is one more technology that would succeed or fail on its own. It is here to stay in some form or another. There goes that phrase again. It's here to stay. But the market will decide, as it always does. That's what we talked about yesterday. Let the market and the people engaging in the market decide. Don't pick and choose winners and losers. It says Hester Pierce argued for a safe harbor in 2018, 5 years ago, amid the ICO craze. It was ignored because the agency itself institutionally prefers a lack of clarity and for the law to be vague. The Hammond speech emails proved it. The General Counsel's office recommended for Hammond to not give Ethereum regulatory clarity and not say current sales of Ether are not securities, but not because he/she believed ETH wasn't sufficiently decentralized or because giving ETH a free pass amounted to regulators picking the winners from the losers. No, the General Counsel said if Hammond gave ETH a regulatory pass, it might limit what the agency could say about ETH in the future. The Hammond emails also show others arguing that Hammond should say less, not more, in order to allow the agency more options in the future. It's all about the agency maintaining maximum prosecutorial options, period. So yeah, that's that whole vagueness, and they don't want to have anything specific. They don't want, you know, a guidebook or anything that, you know, can set some sort of standard that people follow. They want to keep it vague so they can pick and choose what they do when they do it on an ongoing basis, which is shameful. We're going to end on this one from Mr. Huber. I thought it was interesting. He put up these screenshots here, and it says, no matter when the ruling comes, says Lubin can already write a thank you card to Torres. He just launched his own liquidity solution 2 weeks ago. He decided to give it the same name as Ripple did. At least the good boy doesn't dare show his face anymore. Nevertheless, he remains. And then coming out here says the director of Adhera, of course. Adhera is a swift, real-time preferred liquidity solution. Consensus has apparently not abandoned its CBDC payments business, just outsourced it to a new company with less dirt on it. And then he puts up like these screenshots. I'm gonna just quickly show them real quick, and you can kind of pause it if you. Oh, let me zoom out. You can pause it if you want to check them out. June 20th, 2023. Coming over here. Successfully testing fully functional connection between the Adhera Liquidity and Payments Hub platform and several tests of Finality payment system. And then you got a couple things here. As a collective, Adhera has decades of experience across commercial banking technology, capital markets, blockchain, and product design. And then this last one right here. And then if we come down here, it says Lubin Joseph. Yep. That's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you guys have a safe and happy 4th of July with your families. For those of you that celebrate out there, for those of you that don't, enjoy your day with your loved ones. Hey, that's all I got for you. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.